In the quiet stillness of a suburban garden, a fragile life began its uncertain journey. On a cool morning, Mary noticed something unusual during her daily walk. A tiny, featherless bird, trembling on the ground, its frail cries barely audible. It had fallen from its nest, and without intervention, its chances of survival were painfully slim. As Mary knelt down and gently lifted the fragile creature into her hands, she felt an instant connection. In that moment, she promised it a chance at life. She named it Hope. The days that followed were filled with challenges. Caring for such a vulnerable being demanded patience, research, and relentless dedication. Mary fashioned a makeshift nest from soft cloth and placed it in a warm corner of her home. Every 2 hours, she fed the chick with a syringe filled with nutrient-rich food. Her alarm clock set through the nights to ensure no feeding was missed. Gradually, Hope responded. Its weak chirps grew louder, its movements more spirited. The fragile skin, once bare, slowly sprouted delicate feathers, giving way to vibrant plumage that hinted at the bird's species. Mary watched with awe as Hope began to recognize her voice, chirping joyfully whenever she entered the room. A bond, invisible yet undeniable, deepened between them. Weeks turned into months, and the helpless creature Mary had first cradled in her palms grew into a confident young bird. She began taking Hope outdoors, allowing it to feel the breeze, to flutter and strengthen its wings. These moments were both exhilarating and bittersweet, for Mary knew what they signified. One day, Hope would take flight into a world beyond her care. That day came sooner than she expected. On a bright morning, while perched on Mary's hand, Hope suddenly spread its wings and soared into the open sky. Mary's heart pounded as she watched it circle the garden, the morning sun glinting off its feathers before returning to rest on her shoulder. Pride swelled within her, tempered by the ache of knowing that their time together was nearing its end. Finally, the day of parting arrived. Standing at the garden gate, Mary held back tears as she opened it wide. Hope lingered for a moment, tilting its head as though sensing her sorrow. Then, with one last look, it launched into the boundless sky, its wings carrying it toward the trees. Mary stood still, her gaze following until the bird vanished among the branches, her cheeks wet with tears. Yet life had another gift in store. Several weeks later, as Mary tended to her garden, she heard a familiar melody, a song she had grown to recognize as Hope's. Looking up, she saw the bird perched on a branch nearby, its feathers gleaming in the sun. It sang, as if in gratitude, before taking flight again. For Mary, the return of Hope was not just a reunion, but a profound reminder. Compassion and care have the power to shape lives, to give the vulnerable a second chance, and to create bonds that endure beyond separation.